Welcome to the Revere Veterans Community Show. Today we have a special guest, an icon from the Revere Senior Center, Ms. Lois Diamond, who is Assistant Program Coordinator. Lois, well, first let me say welcome and thank you for coming. It's been a long time to get you up here, but we finally did it.
It's an honor.
Please tell them a little about yourself, how you got involved into becoming the coordinator.
Okay. I was fortunate enough, I got hired in May of 2000. So in May, I will be starting my 14th year with the Rossetti-Cowan Senior Center. A lot of people can't say this, but I can. When I go to work, I love my job. I literally do. We all have days, but 95% of my days, I enjoy being at the center. The Senior Center, I went back to school back in 1995, and 96 I have a degree in gerontology, working with the seniors from North Shore Community College. So I've had a little experience. I've had to do interim placements. I've worked at the Lighthouse Nursing Home in Revere, and I've done the activities up there, and I've been around and I've seen a lot. And in starting my 14th year, this is my wonderful job that I have, and I'm blessed to have it. I'm blessed to say I can go to work every day and enjoy, because every day is a new day. You might have a bad day the day before, but you're going to start with a new day, and that's what I try to focus on. And when I come to work and I see people like you, Morris, they are volunteering every day. Don't have to be. You're such an inspiration to me, because
thank you.
You mean a lot to us for what you do at the Senior Center.
Lois, can you please tell us something about the nice people that work at the Senior Center? There are three there, Al Morelli, Marissa Coriali, and Joan Picardi, and what each function does.
Okay. Well, our director is Albert J. Morelli. Anything that goes on at the center does have to go by Al. So if we have anybody scheduling to come and do talks or anything, they have to speak with the director. He's wonderful. He's just, he's been there for 34, 35 years. And he knows his stuff. He knows the people at Revere, and he's an excellent director. As far as Marissa came in January when the previous secretary, Maureen Souza, retired after 18 years of service, and she was another asset to our community. But she has retired now, and and hopefully she's enjoying retirement. Marissa has brought a lot to the center. Her pleasantness, her genuine concern for the seniors. That is what amazes me with Marissa. Even on her way to the bathroom, she'll stop and ask somebody, "Hi, how you doing today? How are you feeling?" She wants to get to know everybody, and that's part of our job, is to kind of get to know everybody that's coming to the Senior Center, and that's wonderful about Marissa. She's just seemed very outgoing and very caring, and it's been a pleasure to be working with Marissa. Joe Picardi does trips, and she's a lady that is trying to work very hard, trying to put together trips. She does a lot as far as getting organization of the trips together, and she's been helping out with the lunch programs and the special events that we have. She's been an asset too, and if you're interested in any trips that she does have coming up, she does Foxwood, she's doing a trip to the Pops, and there's different things coming up. She has monthly trips going on. She's another one that you'd want to call to make the reservation for the trips.
And the number is? And
our number is 781-286-8156, and call it. It's your senior center. And if you're bored and you're sitting home and you want to do something, this is your senior center. You've worked all your life. Now you're retired. Now you want to enjoy life. And we, as the staff at the Rossetti-Cowan Senior, want to make you feel welcome, and that's our ultimate goal, is to make people feel welcome, to make people feel useful. And there is so much going on at the center, Morris. There's just so much going on.
I know. I started when I was 60, because I think that's the age.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you do have to be 60 years old to join the center. There is no fee for joining or anything. You can come, and we just have you fill out a simple paper if you were going to have lunch with us. We just need to know basic information, and again, just Senior Center. We have wonderful meals. They eat at 12 o'clock. We do ask that you call the day ahead of time, because of the meal program. We make up only so many meals, so we want to make sure that we get you on. Shuttle service, that's another wonderful program that we have in the city of Revere. It's the Revere Elder Affairs Senior Shuttle Program. You have to come to the senior center. You sign up for it. You buy a book of coupons. There are 10 coupons in a book. It's $10 cash. And the first time you come, you just do have to come because we have to make an evaluation. We have to make sure you're going to be able to get on and off of the shuttle. That's one of the reasons we have you come. Once you sign up for it, you're registered for life. So if you don't use the coupons for 6 months, you're registered with us. You can use it 6 months from now. If you find that, God forbid, your spouse or something passes on and you don't have a way of getting around, you can come to the center with our senior shuttle. Our senior shuttle does go anywhere in the city of Revere. It operates from about 8:45 to about 3:30, 3:45 in the afternoons, Monday through Friday. And again, it's a wonderful program. It is used a lot. You see, and our shuttle driver is Gabe Capola, and he's another asset to our center because he'll go the extra mile and try to help you and stuff too. You do have to be able to get on and off of the senior shuttle. It's a little bit different than the ride, and a lot of people kind of get us confused. But we are a busy shuttle. It's used all throughout the city, back and forth to doctor appointments, back and forth to the senior center. There are people that just come on Wednesdays just to watch the movies. That's another program. So they might come and have lunch, then they'll stay for a movie. You don't worry about a ride home. Our shuttle driver will take you home.
And they even take you to the Christmas tree shop.
They do, yep. That's for 2 coupons. Usually we like to get 4 to 6 people going with you to the Christmas tree shop. And so that's another program that we do at the shuttle. You call, and if we have 6 people going up that day, he would go early in the morning and would take you up there and bring you back. He also goes to Square One. Right. That's 2 coupons each way. So, we're able to do that. We also go to the BI in Chelsea, right over the line, 1000 Broadway, because we have a lot of people that, have doctor appointments at the Beth Israel in Chelsea. So,
I think one of them was 5 coupons. I think the Square One, the Christmas tree shop, I think
Square
was
One,
I think it was 5 coupons.
Okay.
That's what I think. I could be wrong.
And I think it's 5 people, and it's 2 coupons each way. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, Morris.
No problem.
And we also go to Walmart on the Linway also. So that's, the idea is there's only one shuttle, so you have to understand that it's a busy shuttle. That's why my advice is if you know you're going somewhere, you should call 2 days in advance.
Right.
To make the appointment.
Lois, I got to say, you do so much for the veterans. I know you do a lot of other things, but so much for the veterans. You brought some yarn. You do blankets for them. Could you elaborate more on that than I can?
Okay, well, first of all, Morris, it's not really me doing it because I can't even sew. I can't even thread a needle.
No, but the volunteers you get.
But the volunteers I've had, we've started since about 2010, starting on Thursday mornings with a knitting group. And unfortunately, some of our people have passed away that I remember always because they helped us so much.
Eva, especially.
Eva is...
Yep,
I remember. Rest in peace, my friend.
She used to sit next door, my next door neighbor, and knit blankets in the house.
Eva, even during a snowstorm, would come in with something like 8 blankets for me and say, Lois, I did this. It's there were just so many stories, so many people, so many wonderful people. And what they do on Thursday mornings, Morris, is they sit upstairs, they come together. I have somebody that will check the names off, make sure who's coming, and we're always looking for new people. A lot of people say, well, gee, I can't knit, I can't crochet. Okay, that's okay. We have other people who just draw on muslin with fabric markers, and we buy muslin and they stitch them onto the blankets. So, you buy those fleece blankets that are already made, but somebody else will sew them on. I have several people that have joined the group that just will sew for us. And anyway, what's happening now is because we've done a lot for the veterans at the Soldiers' Home, and they've been so generous with their thank you notes and everything. I was speaking with Nick Boer from the veterans, and he had said how his sister had started something up in Danvers, how they make hats for underneath the helmets for the soldiers that are out there fighting. So they are requesting dark colored yarns. I have black here, but we can use black, we can use brown, we can use gray, anything that's dark colored, the camouflage color, anything. And we have a pattern that they're following, the crocheted helmet for the military. So you have something to follow. And we also have another one for a knitted hat. It's called Ellen's Knitted Hat, and it's a pattern. We have several women that have kind of taken over the group, and they help me by putting the patterns together. One particular lady, Joan Murdoch, she's been a real asset because she puts everything in a notebook. So we have extra copies of the patterns. So if you come to the center and you're bored and you don't want to sit maybe in the group, you can take the pattern home with you, and you can take some yarn. And again, we're looking all the time for yarn. We especially want dark colored right now, but we will take any kind of donations. And many times, people have their relatives that might unfortunately pass away, and they don't know what to do with all the yarn. Think of the senior center. Give me a call at 781-286-8156, and we will certainly take donations because nothing goes to waste at the center. We have a wonderful craft table. Many times people give us things. They bring things in, and we sell them. We have people like Alice Griffin, who I know has been on your show. She sits there and makes things to sell for the craft table.
What about Dottie?
Beautiful dolls. And then Dottie Mulo. Dottie has been my friend for probably as long as I've known you too, Morris. I had to do my field placement for school, and I had worked with Dottie Mulo up at the lighthouse. And I used to go up every Sunday, and she was like a role model to me. She would get all the residents, because that's what you call them in the nursing home, residents, and bring them downstairs to the concert. She had so much wanting to get everybody out of her room, out of their rooms, to come hear the music on a Sunday afternoon. Dottie Mulo was just... So when I was fortunate enough to get into the senior center, I had said to my friend Dottie, I would love to have you. And Dottie has been there faithfully for me for about 11 years now, every Tuesday and Thursday. And again, a volunteer does not get anything for it, but does it to help me out. So she's there for the raffles. She's there to sell the chances. She's there. It's hard for me to be doing everything. And I have people like Dottie who are role models to me. And as I said, Alice Griffin, Joan Murdoch. I mean, the list, I can't. It's hard for me to pinpoint everybody because everybody has a specific role. I know we're going to
get in trouble if we leave someone.
That's right, and I don't want to leave anybody out, so please forgive me if I have. But I mean, these are the people. We've done yard sales, we've done bake sales, we've done so many different things, and it's because people in the community,
and they're all volunteers, every one of them. Every one of them.
They're not getting paid, so they don't have to be there. They do it out of the kindness of their heart, and you know, volunteers is what makes things work. I'm constantly looking for people to help me with bingo. Bingo is like a big thing in the afternoons. We do it on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. When we do bingo, it's for nickels and dimes. So it's just something to get people out of the house and give them something to do. They love it. They look forward to it. It's a simple bingo. You do a regular bingo, you don't clear your card. You do a double bingo, you don't clear your card. And then you do a coverall for a dime. And then we do a quarter game at the very end to cover the whole card. People love it. It's like a big thing to come there. And I'm looking all the time for people that want to help us. And we're fortunate because we had one of the girls in the confirmation classes at Immaculate who was kind enough to give us 9 hours during her vacation time.
Yep.
And you know, this is what community is all about too. People helping us out and people working together. I mean, because I also teach a basic computer class, Morris, as you know. That's on Tuesday mornings. I do that from 10 to 11:30. I do that. It runs for 5 weeks. It's a basic computer class. Tells you how to get into the computer. As we know, the computer is the way of the world now. It is $20 for a 5-week class. You can't beat that. It's $20 cash. It does go for 5 weeks, and it's a very simple class. We have 5 people.
The location is... And
it's upstairs in the computer room on the 2nd floor at the senior center. If you take the computer class and you pay your $20 and you do your 5 lessons, that entitles you to use our computer at any time as long as you've taken our class. So many times people don't have computers at home. But now you can you can have email, get connected, and come upstairs and use our computer to look. In fact, several people, Ty Smiths, Sylvia Warren, they're constantly coming up, taking advantage. They took my class, so now they know enough how to get into the computer and do very basics things, and that's what I teach on that. I do take a break in the summer from teaching it because with vacations and everything, I have to be other places in the center. I do have a waiting list, so I probably have a good 15, 20 people still on the list, but I do my best to get to everybody, and things happen sometimes. People unfortunately get sick. They might sign up in the fall and maybe not be able to take it when I call. That's okay. I still keep you on the list, but naturally I move on to the list. But again, that's a class that I do on Tuesdays. And we have brand new computers thanks to a grant that we have gotten back in 2010 from the Mass General. We're in partnership with them, the ARCH program. Ming Sun, who is the outreach worker for the ARCH program through the Mass General, was kind enough to write the grant for us seniors to have 5 new computers. So thanks to the generosity of that, we were able to get that. And on the 5th week of the class, Ming comes and also tells you how to look up good medical information. Lots of things are on the computer, but everything that's on there is not the absolute truth. So we kind of lead people to kind of do good stuff that's recommended on the computer. And Ming, on the 5th week of the class, will come, and that's another asset to the center.
Right. Tell them about the late movies you show every Wednesday.
We show movies on Wednesdays. We have, we try showing current ones. We're working on trying to get the newer ones right now. Right now we're actually showing some of the older ones because we see a lot of the seniors like to remember some of the old movies. So we've had old ones, new ones, but that's an ongoing project. We try to do it every week. And if people have ideas, they try to tell me what movies they might like to see, and we try to accommodate and do the best we can. We do movies. We also have a brand new pool table upstairs, and nobody's really taken advantage of it yet. It's a beautiful pool table. We're looking for men or women that might be interested in the pool. And again, if you call the center at 781-286-8156, you know, you can get some information about the pool. And we have a bocce group that meets every Thursday. It's a regular bocce league. Of course, they have the bowling on Wednesday mornings. That will stop in the summer. Then it starts right up again in the fall. And that, again, you call the center. They want you to bowl an average of 3 strings and what your score is. And then you call us, and we can put you on the bowling team. If there are people that unfortunately leave the bowling, there will be openings for that, and there's openings for the bocce. Again, bocce does stop in the summer. So in the fall this year, if you say, gee, I'd like to join it, give us a call, and we can put you on for bocce and bowling. Again, you know, lines of communication.
Don't forget the Zoomers.
And Zumba on Tuesday. Zumba is like, that's another wonderful thing. We have participants that come every Tuesday from 11 to 12 o'clock, and they do the Zumba classes, and they have a good time. Many people just come for the exercise. Maybe they don't want to have lunch here, or they go off somewhere else for lunch. That's fine. We're a senior center. This is the difference between an adult day health program. We're a senior center with healthy seniors, basically, that they can come and go as they please. Adult day health programs are a little bit different, as they're a little bit more structured, and they have staff that can keep an eye on anybody that comes that may have dementia or Alzheimer or, God forbid, needs medical assistance. We don't have that kind of staff at the senior center to watch anybody with like Alzheimer's and that. And that's why we refer people later on, if God forbid they needed, to a place like Donna Rione or the Everett Family Community Center in Everett. We're also referral. That's another thing that we do offer. If you're a senior and you're in need of oil and things like that, we give you the numbers to call, cap it. The big thing right now is people want to know where they can get their taxes done. We have a number in Chelsea through the Chelsea Neighborhood Development who have faxed us their information, and they're doing people's taxes, seniors' taxes. They coordinate with the library. But again, sometimes seniors just don't know where to go, what to do. That's the point of calling the senior center. We're a referral, too. We try our best to find out. People call us all the time about answers for law and things. Well, we don't know directly like a lawyer, but we can refer you to Greater Boston Legal Aid, who helps you to find a good lawyer and things like that.
Right. Lois, excuse me.
Yes.
I would like you to speak on something that came across to me.
Mm-hmm.
People that have Meals on Wheels and that come to the senior center. Could you elaborate on that? Because I don't know, didn't know how to tell them, so maybe you can.
Okay, basically, Meals on Wheels program is designed for people, and that comes out through Chelsea Revere Winthrop Elder Services. And that is for people that are really kind of not able to get out to enjoy the senior center. For whatever reason, they become homebound. Maybe they're just not physically able to. We have to kind of know who's getting our meals at the senior center. And the way it's set up is if you're a senior and you come to the senior center, we want you there. But if you're getting Meals on Wheels, you can't be doing the 2. You could have Meals on Wheels for 3 days and come to us the other 2. That would be a fine type of a program too. You could do that because, in other words, it wouldn't be like double dipping. You wouldn't be able to receive Meals on Wheels and then come to the senior center for a meal. In saying that, that doesn't mean you can't come to the senior center for the activities or whatever too. So we kind of just try to watch that. That's why we usually ask, do you get Meals on Wheels? If a client calls us and says, yeah, I get it, 3 days a week, we're aware of it, and the Meals on Wheels in Chelsea, they're aware that 2 days a week they're going to try to come out of their house to see us at the center, and they will have lunch with us for those 2 days. So you can, but if you're getting Meals on Wheels for 5 days, you basically can't be eating our meals for 5 days.
So it's one or the other.
It's basically one or another, but we can work around it too with Meals on Wheels as long as you're up front with us and you tell us, say, gee, I get it 3 days a week, and you choose to come with us 2 days, as long as Meals on Wheels knows you're coming out for 2 days, and we can work on that. But basically, and our meals are wonderful. They're $1.50, which is like unbelievable in this day and age. You're getting your basics. You're getting from your 5 food groups. You're getting your dessert. You're getting milk. You're getting coffee or tea, either one. But everybody gets a milk. Everybody gets butter with their bread and whatever the meal of the day is. And some of our biggest lunches is like pastrami. I mean, we have like 90 to 100 people that come to pastrami.
Like the other day, we had corned beef and cabbage.
Corned beef and cabbage. That was our traditional St. Patrick's Day party.
Right.
And every month we usually have a party for Easter or Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Right.
We do a big luncheon.
All year long we have it.
We do it all year.
And birthdays.
And another event that we do, every Tuesday of the last Tuesday of every month, we do offer a birthday party. So if you're 70 years old and you've never been to the senior center,
60.
And I'm just saying, if you're a 70-year-old, you are right, if you're 60. But let's say you're 75 years old and you're sitting home and you're saying, gee, it's my birthday. Well, you know what? You don't have to sit home alone. You can call us at 781-286-8156. Get out of the house, come and have lunch with us, have a piece of birthday cake on the last Tuesday of the month. We'll celebrate your birthdays. Many times people are alone, and that piece of birthday cake being with people is what's important. It's not the slice of the birthday cake. It's the camaraderie of being together with the people, and that's what we want. We want to keep seniors happy, and we're trying to do the best we can.
Lois, you got to say this for me. I've been going to the senior centers for 25 years. I've known you for 25 years. The honor flight came down last May to the senior center.
Yes.
I never would have heard about it if I didn't go to the senior center.
Right.
And we never thought we would get picked. But 4 people did get picked at the senior center to go to Washington on May the 19th.
Yep.
So if you can tell the people to come down, that the only place they're going to get that information is at your senior center.
At the local senior center, there are many things that go on at the center. Sometimes things can be like spur of the moment. And that was something that happened, spur of the moment. The man came down and was asking people about the honor flight. And the honor flight is 4 of our seniors are going, including you, Morris, are going to Washington to get to see the World War II memorials.
And the Korean, Vietnam.
And the Korean and Vietnam. I mean, what an honor. But if people weren't at the senior center, they might not have known about that. It wasn't something that went out through the news and everything.
That's where I learned it from.
And, and again, so a lot of things go on at the senior center. We have a Senior Power newsletter that tells you different things that go on all the time. We have different speakers. I know the other day I was impressed, and I understand he's coming to speak to you here. We had an author who actually lives on Revere Beach.
Douglas
and
Brown, I believe.
Yep, Donald Brown. He wrote a book, The Morphine Dream. And what an inspirational story it is. I'm right in the middle of reading it. he's actually going to speak to our seniors on a Thursday coming up. And he's going to speak again. It'll be in the next newsletter, the date that he's coming. And again, he's going to talk to them for about a half an hour about his experiences that he wrote in this book, The Morphine Dream. And again, he came in off the street and said, hey, I'd like to, give you this book. And then we started talking, and the next thing I know, he's going to speak, and then I referred him to Morris, and he's going to be on our show. And, and this show here, Morris's show.
It's our show.
It's just a wonderful thing because everybody, and I think that's what you and I have, Morris, going for us. We know everybody and we work together. For example, the other young lady there that with the blankets from the Coalition of the Homeless, I knew she was coming. I got her information from actually a friend of mine, Donna Dreesen, who works for the veterans, a dear friend. And she gave me that information, and we donated 75 blankets to her. And in return, I put her in touch with you, and it's helping her organization because she, I understand, came on here.
She was on our show recently,
and
too.
And did a little, presentation about her program. It's community. We're all working together. It doesn't matter whether we're 60 years old. Yes, you have to be 60 to come to the program. It doesn't matter if you're 99, as one of our people that is on the that you were, as one of our seniors is going on the honor flight, Sal Santoro, and it's wonderful to see everybody kind of working together. It's important. And Christmas time, we have entertainment. We have the children from Immaculate. They've been coming up for the last 10 years, come up and entertain us. We have the dancers and singers from St. Mary's High School in Lynn. They come and entertain us every Christmas. And, we have a lot of things going on at the center. And if you don't know about the center and you're not a part of the center, you're kind of being left out because you don't know what's going on. And the only way you're going to know is with our newsletter.
And coming down.
And coming down and talking and word of mouth. And, a lot of people, really enjoy. And, I mean, we have people that have been there for years.
Right.
That just love coming, Morris.
Lois, I got to say one thing. I think it was a year and a half ago. We had Mr. Paul Monty, for those people that know, whose son won the Congressional Medal of Honor, the highest award this country can give anyone, who was killed in action in 2006. He came down. They couldn't put flags on the graves at Bourne Cemetery. Mr. Monty went ahead and got it for us. And we donated money for flags for him to bury, to put on his gravestone.
On all the
graves out there.
Cemetery.
So we do that. Also, we take a collection up for Operation Troop Support all year long.
I mean, these are some of the things, just some of the things that go on, and some of these things are coordinated. Everything does go through me, and a lot of this stuff, people like Morris, who does the Operation Troop Support, who helps with the wrapping and the organization of all these things, the center is constantly doing things, and a lot of times people don't know it, and they're not going to know it if they don't come to the center. And I mean, the things, Morris, I know you don't want me to talk about you, but the things you do.
No. What I would like you to talk about, I got to say, is we had a woman that came, that's only been at the center 3 months, really coming to the center, Eileen Murillo. Tell her exactly what she's doing.
Eileen Murillo, as many people know or don't know, and I'm going to tell you now, she is doing, I'll never forget it. I saw her one day in the summer, and she said, Lois, can you maybe help me out? Do you know any women that fought during the war, World War II? And offhanded, I didn't often to know. And I said, but, I'll see if we can find out anything. Lo and behold, she is following her dream. Here's a woman in her 88 years old, following a dream that's going to be a legacy here in the city of Revere when she gets this completed. They're actually working on a monument. They're looking for donations, and I do know the donations are going through the People's Bank.
Right, and Broadway Revere.
Broadway Revere, and it's for the Women's Veterans Memorial in care of Eileen Murillo. And she's the lady, she used to come upstairs and do my blankets, and I've known Eileen for years. She still works at the lighthouse answering the telephone, the receptionist up there on the weekends. What a lady she is. And to keep wanting to see this go on for her is what's so important. And again, it's everybody's working together. And because she asked me, and then her and Morris and everybody kind of knows what's going on. So like the senior center is like kind of the place to know what's going on in the community, because everybody knows everything. And the ultimate goal is keeping everybody busy. I mean, we have people like Marie Cowig.
Right, I was going to...
Marie, she went by the stage named Dorothy Deering. I mean, she was a dancer. She traveled.
Worked at the USO.
Worked in the USO. I mean, and I've known Marie, again, I'm blessed because I've known a lot of these people through my affiliations with the Immaculate Church in Revere and just being around for a while. I mean, Revere's my home, and I just, you know, I love the people in Revere. I love, you know, working with the people, you know. I mean, it's like anything. You have a few people, you know, but, you know, 99% of the people, everybody's good, and everybody wants to feel important. And I try to, and this is, I didn't write this. This was given to me. And somebody else wrote it. And I just, it was all right
Please
to read
do.
it.
I assist.
And I think it's kind of important because it's something that's personal to me as a person that's an ordinary person. And I went back to school late in life. I graduated back in the 70s. I did graduate from Chelsea High in 73. And I've been in Revere for over 31 years now. So I love Revere. And this is kind of an important thing to remember, the Senior Citizens Creed. I believe in God, and I believe in America and the American family. I believe in dignity for myself and for others. I believe in self-reliance and in offering a helping hand when one is needed. I believe we all have something to give the world, regardless of age. I believe in respect for the wisdom that comes with years. I believe in compassion and understanding. I believe in friendship and its power to banish loneliness. I believe in the right of all people to live without fear. I believe in remembering the past, but living in the present. And I believe my life has a purpose. And I think my purpose is trying to work together and trying to make the seniors happy. And,
right.
You know, I'm going to be a senior myself in a few years. So, you know, it's the idea of building community. It's the idea of working together. And we have a wonderful staff at the Rossetti-Cowan Senior Center. As I said, with Marisa and Joe and our director. I mean, there are a lot of things going on. And we, again, trying to work together for the betterment of all of us that are 60 years old. And
before we close, Lois, one thing I'd like you to say, and then you can wrap it up. Take a minute or two.
Yeah.
Tell them we do have old-time music that brings back memories to them.
Oh, please.
Don't mention mine.
Oh. We do. We have a music man who plays anything you want to play. Anything that, you know, might be of a special remembrance.
20, 30s, 40s, 50s.
20s, 30s, 40s, polkas, you name it. You just mention it to our music man, and if he does not have it, he will try his hardest to get it for you. He is just unbelievable. He will help you, you know, with anything. And the idea is to sit and to put music on that people enjoy. And I know how much music stimulation means to people, Morris.
Oh, yeah, it brings back a lot of memories.
As I said, even working in my prior experiences of working in the nursing home, and Dottie Mullo can attest to this, to see somebody who is ambulatory and sitting in a chair bed, but to see their foot move to the beat of the music.
I got to say something.
You're hitting
that I got to say something. I went to the VA hospital in Jamaica Plain. There was a man up there who had his cast up on a chains, a veteran. I put on a polka, and the doctor who was examining them at the end saw the toes moving, and he says, I never saw him do that in all the years I've been here. And it took a little polka just to get him to do this.
And that, you know, that's the other thing, music therapy. It's just a beautiful thing. You have some people that have come to our center that maybe recently just lost their wife within the last couple of years.
Sal Santoro's one.
That I know, that's who I was thinking of. And, you know, to hear a song that maybe meant something, that might have been their wedding song,
right,
or it just brings it all back for them. And that's what you want to keep those memories alive. You know, you don't want to bury your memories.
No.
You want to keep them alive because they all mean something.
I know they mean something to you and to me. So, Lois, we're going to close now, but I want to take the time to say thank you for coming here. God bless you.
God bless you, Morris.
God bless the people of Revere. God bless our troops. God bless the United States of America. And thank you for listening. Till next time. Thank you, folks.
Wow.